Day 4 brought us to our first port of our 7-day cruise. We were docked in Philipsburg, St. Maarten. St. Maarten is a small Caribbean island that covers about 37 square miles, and it's unique in that it is one island but shared by two nations, the Dutch and the French. We were docked on the Dutch side, Sint Maarten, and the French side is St. Maarten. But if you're referring to the island as a whole, St. Maarten is universally accepted. We paused here for Eli to get his photo taken with the pirate, but pro tip so you don't make the same mistake we did. If you do not purchase your pictures before you get off the ship, you lose them. You don't get another chance. So unfortunately, I didn't get a picture of my cute son with the pirate, but that's okay. We know better for next time. And here we pause for the magnificent view of the icon of the seas. Just a short walk from the ship into the actual port area where you'll find the typical bars, some shopping, a couple of restaurants. But you really want to get out of the port in St. Maarten and head to some of the beautiful beaches. This is made easy by taxis being readily available, and we chose to take a water taxi right into the town of Philipsburg, which is only about a 20-minute walk, but I do love a water taxi. And it was $7 round trip per person. They give you a wristband when you buy your ticket, and then you can just hop back on the water taxi, which runs every 30 minutes around the clock.
We have 112 different nationalities living here. We just want to tell you that tourism is the biggest contributor to our economy. So we are very much appreciative of your presence and your contribution. In a nice and a kind way, we simply want to tell you, please come back again. And it's a pleasure meeting each and every one of you.
After stopping to get Eli some sunglasses, we strolled along the boardwalk area looking for the perfect place to park it by the beach for the day. After walking pretty close to the end of the boardwalk, we settled on the Holland House Hotel, which offered 2 chairs and an umbrella, 4 drinks, free Wi-Fi and bathrooms for $35. I thought this was a pretty good deal, and the property was beautiful with a really nice lobby area and very clean restrooms. Now, I thought you had to go inside to get your tickets for the chairs, but you don't. Right outside there is a beachfront bar area, and this is where you would purchase your tickets. He will also give you a code for the Wi-Fi, and you would redeem your free drinks at this bar also. The seating area at the beach was beautiful. The chairs were plush and comfy. I think we made a good decision here. There were people trying to sell us chairs relentlessly the whole walk down. So have in mind where you want to be so that you don't give in to one of the hundreds of offers you will receive along the way. First on the agenda was finding us some brunch, and Eli was on the ball with this because he refuses to eat at anywhere below 4.5 stars. So he went to Google Maps, found us a place, and led the way. We ended up at a little local cafe called the French Touch, which had 4.8 stars on Google reviews, so it was definitely Eli approved. I really loved the small, local, intimate vibes of this place, complete with the fresh baked baguettes on the counter. It really contributed to the whole experience. It also helped that the food actually tasted good too. So this is a place I would definitely recommend. There was seating inside as well as outside, but it was open air, so either way was fine. Now here was the part we really came for, the beach. There are several beautiful beaches on this island, and I'm sure all of them are wonderful, but sometimes you just want easy. And this was an easy get to for us, and I don't regret it at all. Also, by walking further down the beach, we did find that it was a lot less crowded, as the beginning of the beach tends to fill up quicker the later it gets. Yeah, they hurt. You keep an eye out for the jellyfish and I'll swim. After Eli was assured there were no jellyfish in the water, he finally learned how to float, so I found the perfect spot to watch him. We ended up heading back to the cruise ship a little early because Eli wasn't feeling so good, so we didn't make it to Maho Beach after all. But if you are interested in seeing the airplanes fly so close overhead, just look up Maho Beach and you can get a taxi there from the cruise port. In the meantime, I'll let you see a little more of the port as we walk back to the ship. Such a perfect day in St. Martin. And then after we got on the water taxi, we got this pleasant surprise from the crew member. But before I show you, let me just interject here another pro tip on being a good human. If anyone is leading you in a sing-along of Sweet Caroline, no matter where you are in the world, just participate. Sing along, people. Come on, you're on vacation.
Times never seem so good. So good, so good, so good. I've been inclined to believe it never will.
Anyways, even though this water taxi was full of party poopers, I was appreciative and I made sure I left a good tip in the tip box to show that. So St. Martin was fun but short. Eli doesn't feel well. So
5 hours is short. I don't know what you're talking
We weren't there 5 hours.
4, I'm sorry.
We were there 4 hours. It was long enough to eat and spend a little time on the beach, but we didn't go to Mahalo Beach, I think it's called, or wherever they do the airplanes. So we just took the ferry back. So we're going to spend the rest of the day on the ship, and we saved some money because we're going to eat lunch on the ship, eat something that's included. So all in all, it's been a good port day so far. Also, we weren't there long enough for me to get our 4 free drinks, so I might have had to guzzle 2 beers down like super fast, like frat house style before we left. And Eli went in this jewelry store. Oh, he's back because he's bougie. We need to call him Bougie Eli. Did you find anything in there you wanted, Bougie Eli? All he's missing is like a cigar in his mouth. That towel looks like one of those scarves. Like he's got the scarf and the glasses. You just need a cigar and a smoking robe. Are you embarrassed?
No.
He's lying. I'm so gonna catch it after I stop recording. Okay, back to the ship. I gotta say, it's really impressive looking from the front. The most impressive I've ever sailed on, just looking at it from the front. It's pretty awesome. I've seen this ship in port so many times and wanted to sail on it, so I'm excited that we did it. We'll talk about the rest later in my things I loved and things I hated video. Alright, back to the ship. Thank you. And after several clips of seeing me aggravate Eli, I left this one in to show you that he definitely returned the favor. Look what was in our room. Look what was in our room. Look what was in our room when we came back. How cute is that? Magically, Eli felt better once we got back on the ship, and he headed straight away to go find his friends. So one good thing about coming back to the ship early on a port day is you get a hot tub all to yourself. Eli ditched me as soon as we got back on the ship. I think that should be the name of this series. Eli ditched me. I tried to convince him to go get on the water slides, but he'd already hooked up with his friends. He's already having lunch without me. So I'm gonna forego eating and just hang out in this empty hot tub for as long as it lasts. Because this is a rarity, especially on a ship this size that holds like 7,000 people. To have a hot tub all to yourself, priceless. And I've got a view of the mountains. Well, if I move over, I have a little better view. So I'll show you the view that I have here. Somebody's celebrating something. The only thing that kind of sucks is, you know, it's just me and Eli. And because I am spending a lot of time with Eli, I didn't hook up with any other solos or go to solo meetings. So when he leaves, I'm just kind of on my own. But I'm embracing it. I'm learning to just love myself and being with myself. And you can't beat these views. And the second I turned the camera around, someone started walking this way to interrupt my alone time. But hey, it was fun while it lasted. After a very relaxing afternoon, it was time to meet up with Eli for dinner again in the main dining room. This is my Caribbean night or tropical night outfit from Shein. Going to the main dining room. Tonight's theme, as expected, was a taste of the Caribbean. Eli started with the Asian style pork bao tacos, and I got the coconut shrimp. And I can tell you that this particular day in the MDR was looking quite promising because both of these dishes were delicious. For our main courses, Eli got the rustic chicken korma, which he said was very good, and I got the jerk seasoned pork chop. Also, very good. Win-win for the MDR. So night on the appetizer and the main course. Let's check out dessert. For dessert, I stepped out of my chocolate comfort zone and I got the pineapple sunshine cake. This also did not disappoint. Eli got the brownie, and you can hardly mess up a brownie, right? It was very good. And now the last stop of the night was Starburst, Elemental Beauty. This is the ice show on Icon of the Seas, held in the Absolute Zero venue, which is the largest ice rink at sea. Okay, it is the end of night 4. It's 12:30 at night, the end of night 4. Today was a pretty good day. It didn't go exactly how we planned. We went to Phillipsburg, but we left early because Eli wasn't feeling well. But we still had a lovely day on the beach. Found a cute little restaurant to eat breakfast in, as I've already shown you. And St. Maarten is a beautiful island. I mean, all of these Caribbean islands have their own unique charm, beautiful water, the mountains in the backdrop. Just a perfect few hours that we got to spend on the beach there. There were a lot of people coming by to try to sell you things, like a lot. But it wasn't too obnoxious. I mean, when we said no thank you, they went on their way, but it was just quite frequent. It's a place I'd like to go back to explore more, because obviously we didn't get to see anything but the one beach right there near the port. I'm sure that there's a lot more to St. Maarten than just that one little spot by the port, you know. You only have so much time when you're on a cruise to explore a port. We got back to the ship and Eli hung with the crew again, the teen crew. We met up for dinner. I didn't do a whole lot during the day. I took a nap again. I did have the hot tub to myself for a very short period of time, and then a few other people got in, but it was still very nice and relaxing. That was the first time that I had gotten a hot tub on the ship. I really want to show you guys around the ship on our next sea day. I want to show you all the places that are included to eat. Especially on a cruise ship this big, you can kind of get stuck in your routine. You find a place you like and you just continue to go there over and over, like I did with Loco Fresh today. I know that there's other places that I haven't tried. They're just scattered about the ship. I know where Loco Fresh is, and I know it's good. You know what I mean? But I want to show you all the options that are available and show myself and try some new things. There's got to be some hidden gems on here that I'm going to like and that you might like. And of course, we have to have a water park day still, because Eli keeps running off and abandoning me and doing all the fun stuff with his friends. He hasn't went to the water park with his mama yet. You said you did the rock climbing wall today?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he wouldn't do the rock climbing wall with me.
You never asked me.
No. But I asked you to go to the water park.
Yeah, that's up the rock climbing wall.
Okay, well, you got me on that. But anyways, I'm going to force him to hang out with me. Speaking of forcing him to hang out with me, we had a reservation to go see the Starburst show. It's the ice show, and I think it's called Starburst. If it's not, I'll put the name right here. But it was incredible. I had reservations for the 10:30 show, which I know is quite late. And Eli did show up, but he left before the show was over. Can I tell why?
Oh, no.
Aww. I'll tell you guys in another video. Anyways, he ditched me and I watched the show alone, and it was phenomenal. It wasn't just an ice skating show. They had a juggler there who did some really cool things with juggling, is all I'm going to say. And I showed you snippets of the show. I don't like to show the whole thing or give too much away. Just enough to tease you a little bit. And then I tell you if I think it was worth going to. And 1,000% you got to go to this show. It's one thing that Royal Caribbean really does get right. They're hit or miss with their included food sometimes, but their entertainment is usually very good, and this was no exception to that rule. Phenomenal show. I'm really looking forward to the Wizard of Oz and to the Aqua Theater show that I still have left. Those are on nights 6 and 7. Seeing how great that ice show was, I can only imagine what their big show, the Wizard of Oz, is going to be like. Another good day on Icon of the Seas and our first port day. It's kind of weird having a 7-day cruise on a ship this massive and new and only having 2 ports, one of which I've never heard of, Ponce, Puerto Rico. I don't know if any other ships dock there. Honestly, I did hear people talking today saying that that Icon was the only ship that docks in Ponce, but I don't know if that's true or not. That's just chit chat. My room attendant brought a little info sheet on Ponce. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot to do. There's no beaches listed on here in the places of interest. There's a castle, a park, a cathedral, and I know from the TikToks that I've watched that there's like the first fire station that was built in Puerto Rico, and that's a big attraction for tourists. So we're just gonna walk around the downtown, I think, see if anything catches our eye, just explore the town a little bit. It's probably not gonna be somewhere we spend all day, but enough to get a feel of it and maybe eat some local food for lunch. Thank you guys for watching this vlog. I hope you found it entertaining, useful, learned something that you might not have known before. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. And as always, until next time, happy cruising.